My name is David Manley. I've been working with Annex Business Media since Halloween 2011, so almost 2 years. And I have two roles within the company. My first role is I'm the associate editor of Canadian Poultry magazine, and I'm also the web editor of the agriculture portal, which is an online website for all of our agriculture themed magazines. Well, like most people who deal with the web, my day starts with me turning on my computer, and my computer is pretty much on the entire day. I check my email, I read the press releases, and I spend a lot of time on social media, monitoring that sort of thing. And I try to divide my day equally between my two jobs. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, like when Canadian Poultry is going into production. Sometimes a lot more needs to be spent on that than doing the website. But the good thing, sort of the double-edged sword of the web thing, is that it's very fast, it's very immediate. So if I find something, I can post it online, but if I'm doing something else and I miss it, then that's not good either. But that's the thing with social media. Everything happens at such a quick pace that it's impossible to keep up with everything, so you're treading water. Well, I've always been interested in science, specifically. I did my undergrad in science, and I've been a science journalist for a while, but when I found out about this position, my specialty back in school was zoology. So when I found out about this position, learning more about the agriculture industry, specifically about poultry, an animal I will admit I didn't know a lot about, other than it doesn't fly and it tastes really good, I decided to apply, and because of my knowledge in the sciences, as well as my experience doing multimedia and social media, that's why I got hired for this position. And I found it's really helped me. Because of my science background, I've had a solid base on which to build the knowledge of agriculture on. Some stuff I had to start from the very beginning, but all of the technical stuff about the research I get immediately because of my background. There are a whole bunch of fields in agriculture which I wasn't even aware of when I started. When I was in journalism school, I didn't even know about business-to-business publications, which they're not magazines that you can pick up at your local bookstore. These are magazines that you have to be in the industry to get. So I wasn't aware of them. I only found out about this whole field of journalism because I applied for this position. So that's a whole area that potential journalists are not looking towards, and there will always be a demand for these types of journalists because there will always be people working in these particular fields that need their particular news. Other potential jobs in agriculture there's so many. There's engineers, there's architects, there's policymakers, there's accountants, there's pretty much any job you can name can have a direct or indirect link to agriculture. It's a very worthwhile career path because when you publish something in agriculture, you know that people are going to read it, and you know that whether it's a new technology or new research, you know that people are going to be interested about it. If you write something for a newspaper, that has 6 sections and 16, 20 pages per section, people will more often than not flip right past it. But if you're writing for a niche market, people will probably read everything cover to cover.